big, powerful, athletic light heavyweights. But you look at the record difference. That's experience. And Ataides, like Stefan Struve said, has fought some of the very, very best fighters in the world.
Fight.
Win this first semi-final of the four-man's tournament in the light heavyweight division is scheduled 3 rounds of 5 minutes. When the referee is Mr. Tariq Khan.
Okay, gentlemen, you both know the rules. Listen to my instructions at all times. When I say stop, you stop.
That is a intense stare from Ataides.
Step back. Get ready for war.
That dude hurts people.
I think both these gentlemen do.
Yes, they do.
Okay, Judge, you ready?
Now they will try to hurt each other.
Fighter.
In a sporting
Fighter.
context.
Fight.
So Ataides in the black shorts, Magomedov in the orange. Any bets on how long until Magomedov shoots for a takedown?
You're gonna say 26 more seconds, so that would be 4:20. That is a coincidence that I picked that number, being in Amsterdam.
Oh, a little bit less.
For a single. Look at the defense, though, from Ataides.
Yeah.
One leg on the outside.
Magomedov looks like he's got his hands clasped together now.
Yeah, it just scoops the leg out with his own leg.
Ataides looking for a butterfly, but gets denied there by Magomedov.
Crowding him.
This is exactly where Magomedov wants to be against a more experienced fighter. Just time to work, takes him to zip out. He's got that Khabib leg lock, the low mount.
Just going to call it the Khabib.
Ataides grabbed the Kimura, which forced Magomedov to kind of move his own hips a little bit, but I think Magomedov's going to have an answer to this. That'll be the
really difficult to finish this for Ataides.
Yeah, or sweep with it, really. Look where the hand is. The hand is tucked inside the thigh. You got to pull it. Well, he's trying to get it out. You got to get it out of that position before you do any sweeping or submitting with it. Oh, or you just use it to stand up.
Lovely tech is there from Ataides.
Love it. Now you can sweep him, though.
He's got to be careful that Magomedov doesn't lift him up and dump him on his head.
Yeah, true. Nate Diaz likes this sweep position standing. Yeah.
Beautiful job there from Magomedov to get the back foot.
We had that conversation earlier. To stand up, your feet must be on the ground. So he's like, I'll just do that.
Oh, Magomedov almost got the back there, almost had a hook in.
I think he's making some good, sound, serene decisions.
It's been a chess match so far. Really fun to see. Look at the defense from Ataides.
Using the old school cop leverage hold on that arm.
Yeah. Really interesting. He goes to the Kimura again.
Yeah. But now the other thigh, no.
Magomedov back to a single.
He's like a dog chasing after a squirrel. He's just not letting it go.
Anyone who is currently saying, oh, see, and they're not getting hurt, which is great if you're fighting later. That is not necessarily true. Exerting at this intensity can actually, you come out, cross face, you almost got lifted. You come out, your hips are sore, your back is sore, the backs of your legs are sore. It's actually grueling, all of this.
Having what is probably now 100-kilogram odd gentlemen, all their weight pressured against you in the most efficient way possible is not good for anyone's spine.
Ataides is doing good, but his mouth is a little open. Like there's some anecdotal signs of fatigue.
Back to the single from Magomedov. Gets ideas down, but only briefly, and again back to his feet.
Part of the beauty, part of the beauty of this style of fighting is you just let him up, take him down, let him up, take him down, and you fatigue him. So it actually becomes easier for Magomedov as the fight goes on if Ataides gets progressively more tired.
Zay was going to lift him up, but good job with the crossface there by Ataides again.
Using his legs to scoop out the leg has
hold the cage.
Ataides is leaning on the wrist of Magomedov, so it's difficult for him to work with his right hand.
And weight on the wrists.
Let's work.
Referee asking to see some action from Magomedov here, otherwise he's going to break them up.
And we've seen this referee do that earlier tonight.
Yep, he did it in the Hurchin-Molinar fight, which then led to Hurchin having the chance to score that knockout.
So you've seen how not only the refs, but this ref, each one is different. They're humans, right? It's not a bad choice for the ref to separate. He's following his rules, but he's a human being with particular Then he's
Last
looking,
one,
he's leaning in,
separating
he's telling him now. And when he tells him, Magomedov starts throwing a few punches.
Okay, break.
There we go. He's, ref is breaking it up, so...
Each ref is different.
Ataides looking tired.
Yeah, uppercut here from Ataides.
He's got to watch out for the overhand of Magomedov there in this stance.
It is.
That's it. Exactly like you said, Stefan. Through the overhand and then just latch back onto that single leg.
He wants to get through this 30 seconds, does Ataides, with using as little effort as possible. Which is what he's doing, is trying to be just heavy hips and just stay on him so that you get more recovery time. If you have to fight really hard right to that minute, you get a minute. If you can take a bit of a break, maybe you get a minute and a half of recovery.
Ataides basically has been defending for 5 minutes.
It's tough.
Especially against someone built like Magomedov, who knows what he's doing.
Okay, stop.
3 days notice.
The first round.
1 round 1, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and Magomedov barely looks like he's broken a sweat, and you can just say from the body language, Ataides was straight on the cage, arms up. He's breathing heavy, and yeah, textbook from Magomedov, what we thought might happen.
Yeah. Yeah, even better than what we thought might happen. The other thing is you got 3 pro fights. Like, you know, when you're fighting these guys, like, let's say he were to win, and he didn't draw him in the opening, but if he were to fight Lee Chadwick, Chadwick's had 50 fights, right? So he's seen he's going to be familiar with a lot of your options. Ataides has 17, 18 fights against top-level guys. So sometimes you're thinking, oh, that'll be enough, but nope. This Magomedov has just owned 5 minutes of this.
In my opinion, what Ataides needs to do is
second round.
don't allow Magomedov to come in. Defend from a distance. Because that's your first defense against a wrestling movement.
Yeah, the gap.
Stay in your corner.
Keep that gap.
Stay in your corner.
It'd be interesting if Ataides' corner gave him that information, and if he can keep
Okay, Blue, you ready?
off him.
Ready, ready.
Jesus,
Fight.
the labored breathing in the chest still for Leandro.
Be really careful to reach like that.
Thought about flying knee there. He knew exactly what he was going to do from the moment he came out, and he hit it, but he didn't finish. It didn't finish the fight, and so Magomedov is in on him. High risk.
He's got a skull made out of Dagestani rock.
And let's not take his round as well. No matter what Magomedov looks like, he's 24 years old.
Jeez.
So he's going to have that mid-20s cardio.
Goes for the back leg again.
High underhook on one side.
Get your fingers out of the cage.
Grabs the wrist.
But again, Ataides lets him in, allows this after that jumping knee.
And the referee will be keeping an eye on how active Magomedov is. Yep, there he is. Claps to let Magomedov know he needs to work. So we might see a
Snuck another knee in. That jumping knee was an all or nothing type scenario. If he knocks a man out, it's the greatest decision you've ever seen. If he doesn't knock him out, it ends up being a bad decision. It's just resulting. The result doesn't tell you whether it was good or a bad decision. But he is here now, and he's been here for 90 seconds again. He's going to fatigue a little bit.
Okay, referee's getting a bit close again.
So good at scooping those legs and using that as a tool. His feet become tools. His feet are hands, you know?
Ataides does a good job of getting back up, but spends so much energy defending here. He's way better off using that energy, trying to keep that gap.
But Magomedov is just hanging off him. He's just like a limpet there.
Look at that. Oh, lovely work. Legs are hands, feet are hands for this guy.
He's so good with it. You can compare it to Hamza. When they have contact, it's so difficult to get away from them.
Yeah.
And it's so easy for them to chain things together.
They're forcing you to react. And they offer you little bits of light, little areas where you think you're safe. And you take that spot. You're not safe. They wanted you there, right? It's just a lot of that. So you keep moving yourself into these slightly better feeling spots, but he's leading you there. That ear has been pasted to something on him. Right now it's pasted to his chest. It's been, watch, he's always got an ear on him. Watch Magomedov. He's always got an ear somewhere attached to him.
Break. Stay active.
And the referee breaks off again.
Interesting. Ataides is tired.
Almost hands on. Oh, he just lets it too.
Level change. Tries to lock his hands. Gonna lift him up here.
He's being heavy, so he'll get underneath and scoop a leg again. No?
There you go.
He used a bit of energy on that too himself. That was a moment for Ataides to get out. That really was. The failed lift, but there's just look, there's always an ear on him.
Yeah, he's glued on. Magomedov is not giving an inch of space to Ataides at all.
Ears attached and the shoulders being driven in, like almost on an angle, 45-degree angle from his foot through his shoulder.
Another break.
Another referee breaking up again, but Ataides is taking deep breaths, hands on his knees.
Yeah. Hands on the knees are an involuntary sign.
And a level change there by Magomedov. Ataides looking to take the back here.
Oh, a fireman carry and the slam. Nice.
Now we're going to see. Oh, I thought he was going to accept that bottom position, and he did not. To his credit, Ataides did not accept the bottom position.
Under a minute left, and Ataides is moving over to use the cage to help him stand up.
Magomedov is heavy on the right leg of Ataides.
The hip, the leg. It's one of those things. It's like, what do you do if he survives his 30 seconds and gets another minute to recover? What do? You want to move, but he's going to be on you, so you know it's another jumping knee or another big hard punch. His only answer feels like to him an all or nothing answer.
And if he does it, then the outcome will most likely be the same.
You either knock him out or you end up back here, and that's a tough thing.
I'd like to see Ataides go to a really low stance.
Move his feet.
Move his feet. Throw front kicks. Which is a really good weapon, in my opinion, when someone always goes for the takedown. You keep that low stance, and you can cover a lot of distance with your attacking weapons.
Stabbing weapons, yeah.
And that was another strong round from Magomedov. It's clear that he's come out, and Ataides is doing a great job in defense, but he looks exhausted. He's not able to take the positions.
Boom.
Oh. He has knocked men out with that before. But that led to this. And he got 2 favorable breaks from the referee as well, did Ataides, and still Magomedov was like, whatever, I'll just do that again.
Yeah, just pop straight back in, and Ataides looked too tired to do anything about it. His fireman's carry to a short slam.
He did put his arm down, which you try to learn to not, because it'll break the elbow pretty easy, but it was all right. There's a segment of the fighting audience in the world who just hates watching a guy do what Magomedov is doing, but you sure can appreciate it.
Stay in your corner for me.
And it's your job as a fighter to stop that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's
who
wins the fight is who dictates where the fight takes place. Here we go. Third and final round. Ataides in the black shorts.
Another knee.
And Magomedov in the orange in a light heavyweight Grand Prix. So far, Magomedov looks like he's moving.
It's a good job by Ataides to move out of the way. And that was for a body lock himself, but allows Magomedov back in.
There's his foot hand again. Now he's going to do it again. There it is. So good.
Finally gets Ataides in his bag.
I'm curious if you guys happen to notice, did Magomedov's fights before, were they at 185? Did you notice? I didn't see that.
Stay active.
But it would make sense on 3 days' notice to accept a light heavyweight tournament. It would be if you were a middleweight. And if that is the case, then I'm all the more scared of this guy. He's all the more terrifying. Oh, jeez. Now he's sitting on the foot.
Ataides looking for a cross grip, get a hold of the wrist of Magomedov. He's got a hook in there. Lets it go.
He gives him many different control positions too. It's not, some fighters are like just so good at something, they do the same thing over and over and you can't stop them. But he is varying his head position, the grips that he's using. There he's got the far hip. So his ear, again, there's always an ear on him, and he's got the far hip grip.
It's too easy for him to get in these positions, though. Ataides has let him in too easy. He's very heavy and flat on his feet.
Because he wants to be so connected to the ground to throw the heaviest shots. Flying knees, the big, powerful right hands or uppercuts. And it's that connection to the ground that serves him when he knocks people out, but is a disservice in this situation.
Yeah, when you miss, you're off balance. It's easy to go and get in for Magomedov. And if you don't knock him out with one of those shots, you're going to lose the fight.
Advance your position.
And that's what we're seeing play out right in front of our eyes.
Keep fighting.
He's got a hold of a single. Good defense by Ataides, but puts him on his back again.
That one, or some variation of that. Well, there was a moment where there was a heel hook available to him. Now, he finally, after 7.5 minutes, Ataides has accepted this bottom position, not in a position to stand back up.
And he's looking like he's trying to go for that Kimura again. Ataides latched on, but
I think Ataides looked at the legs of Magomedov. He's like, yeah, your ankle is attached to your knees. Like, yeah, I'm not going to go for that.
Finish this one. Let's go.
Yeah, he's going to give that up. That's up 2 hands. Now you can... Now he will go back, try to get back to his feet.
Yeah, Ataides is blocking that hand of Magomedov to stop those big shots coming through, and then one lands as soon as I say that.
He got the ref to shake it off because he was sort of saying he's inside my glove. Ref shook it off and he immediately hit him with it.
Leandro, 1.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes.
The thing is, when this is your specialty, if you win, if it takes you 15 minutes to win and you got another fight to fight later that night, no big deal. You do so many rounds of this at all times that...
Yeah, Byfield and Chadwick will be looking at this, and hopefully their corners are putting strategies together about how to escape Magomedov, because he is looking like a threatening character in this light heavyweight Grand Prix.
Although Byfield and Chadwick have to fight each other first, so they got to keep that in the high focus. Deal with this if and when that comes.
From winning that fight, then you have to fight a monster from Dagestan who knows how to wrestle very well.
Yeah, then it might be good to take a few more risks in round 1 of your fight. So,
Not
changing position.
The referee might stop this. Here we go. Magomedov finishes Ataides in the 3rd and final round. I think at that point, Ataides was exhausted. He had nothing left, and the referee did the right thing.
Yeah, he was close enough to see it and interpret the body language and all the nonverbals that are saying, you're not going to move from here. So you can't move from here. Oh, look, they're helping him up. I mean, great job by the ref.
It's a very big win for Yusup Magomedov. It's only his 4th pro fight, beating Leandro Ataides.
Well, he's about to have his 5th pro fight in only an hour or 2.
And Ataides looks unbelievably exhausted.
He did everything he could.
I mean, his defensive wrestling was fantastic. He just couldn't get Magomedov off him. Everything he tried, Magomedov had an answer for.
Just had to do it for so long without any break. And he really is an anaerobic type athlete. Sprint, recover. That's where he's your best. You take an athlete like that and you force him to run long distance. Sprinters don't do well at long distance, right? And Magomedov forced Leandro Ataides to be a sprinter, to run a long distance fight with rocks on his back, and that's just going to wear him out. It's going to burn him out.
And that rock was a Dagestani mountain man. Here we go, and this is the end of the fight. The referee just asking for any sort of response, and he gave Ataides plenty of opportunities to
One fighters to the center of the ring, please.
And he couldn't make it
Your
happen.
applause, ladies and gentlemen, for both giants, Leandro and Yusup. When the winner and first finalist after 4 minutes and 24 seconds in the 3rd round by ground and pound is the man in the red corner, Yusup Magomedov.